So, welcome to class. Today we are going to twist and maybe bind. And if you don't know what binding is, don't worry about that. You may or may not be able to do it, but the twist is the thing anyway. So wherever the twist goes is where you'll go. So the deeper the twist, maybe the more accessible the bind, but let's see, right? So remember to listen to your body and be grateful for where it goes, even if it's not the complete pose, because there's always something else to add anyway, right? So yeah, just listen to your body and enjoy your practice today. Namaste. So let's find a comfortable seat. Taking inner thigh rotation and engaging the core, lifting the pelvic floor, pulling the lower belly in and up, engaging along the sides of the body so we sit tall. Drawing the awareness inward and coming to our breath. Begin to take that breath deeper, smoother, and more even. And staying connected to that breath, no matter what else does or does not happen. Let's begin to add in movement here, extending the arms out to the sides. On the inhale, reaching up toward the ceiling, and then exhaling to come back down again. We'll do that again. And once more. Inhaling, coming back up. Exhale and release just the right hand back to the mat. Give yourself a little tip over to that side, keeping the pelvis grounded. And on the inhale, coming back up to center. Exhaling to release the left hand. Big full breath. And then inhaling as you come back up to the top. And we'll take it back over to the right. Finding a little bit deeper stretch maybe. Take a nice full breath here. Inhaling back up. Last time, take it left. And then inhaling back to center. Exhaling, release the arms. Taking a nice easy twist here, bring the right hand to the left knee and the left hand just back behind the body a bit. Sitting tall, rooted on the pelvis. Nice, easy, natural little twist. Releasing that, come back through the center and take your second side. Releasing back to the middle, let's go back to the first side again. So right hand to left knee, left hand behind the body. Press into that left arm like a second spine. And then pulling against the knee, rotate the belly over toward the left. Turning your side ribs toward the back of the mat and drawing that shoulder back as far as it'll go. Maybe even looking over the shoulder. Big full breaths, long spine. Releasing back to the center. And taking the second side, same idea, deeper and more even through the spine. releasing that, coming back to center, and then making your way around onto hands and knees. Taking a moment here to align the body, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, cushioning them if you need to. Being nice and even on the four corners of the hands, we're going to flow in through some cat-cow. So inhaling the belly low, and then exhaling to round the spine toward the ceiling. Connected to the breath in and out. Let's see if you can gently make your way a little bit deeper into the spine as you go. Let's make our way back to a neutral spine. And however you'd like here, make your way into down dog. So allow yourself to just wiggle and stretch your way into the pose. And even as you move into that down dog, allow yourself to stretch, shift, move through your spine, stretch your legs, any place you need to wiggle. Allowing yourself to begin to settle in, extending through the heels, pressing the chest back, engaging evenly through your arms and hands. Let's lift the right leg straight back. We want to keep everything else exactly as it is, pressing through the heels. Open just your right hip. Don't let the right shoulder lift. Bending at the knee, point it toward the ceiling. Big breaths. And then release, making your way back to your down dog. Same thing on the second side here, lifting the left leg straight back. And then lifting just that left hip, bending at the knee. And then we'll release, coming back to down dog. From here, walking the feet forward, come into a standing fold. Placing the feet under the hip bones, make sure you're even on the four corners. Bring the hands up to the hips. You can support on the thighs if you need. Coming halfway up, hold for a moment. And then hinging from the hip, come all the way up to standing. Working into sun salutes here. With an inhale, take the arms and stretch them up. Exhale, take yourself over into a fold. On the inhale, come halfway up, shoulders back. And then exhale and step the right foot back into a lunge. Nice big step back. You can drop the back knee if you want. Let yourself shift and wiggle into your hips a little bit here. Coming to the center, squaring the hips and taking the left leg straight. Nice full breaths. Bending back into the knee and stepping back into down dog. With an inhale, slide forward, come to a plank. Remember, you can drop to the knees. Take it down to the belly, hands next to the side ribs as you roll into your shoulders. Little baby cobra here. Exhaling, release yourself up and back into a down dog. From there, stepping the right foot forward, toes all the way up to the fingers, however you have to get them there. And then just allow yourself to roll around into the hips. Coming to center when you're ready. Squaring the hips and then taking that right leg straight. Nice deep fold here, shoulders back. We'll bend back into the knee and step forward into fold. On an inhale, come halfway up, and then exhale back over into your fold. Inhaling this time all the way up, reaching for the ceiling. Exhale to release. Let's do it again. Inhale, lift, and exhale, fold. Halfway up, and then exhale the left foot back into lunge. Dropping to the back knee if you want here. Find center. We'll bring the right hand to the hip and add in a twist, rotating the belly, the side ribs, and the shoulder back. Extend through the back heel and out the crown of your head. Releasing the twist, step back, down dog. With an inhale, slide forward, come to plank. Take it down. Hands next to the side ribs as you roll your shoulders, pull with your hands, lengthening your spine, and then releasing that, moving up and back, down dog. Let's step the left foot forward, toes all the way to the fingers. Find center, get stable with the legs, and bring the left hand to the hip and rotate around into your twist on this side. Releasing the twist, step forward to fold. With an inhale, come halfway up and fold over again. Come all the way up and exhale, release your arms. So one more time here. Inhaling, lift, exhaling to your fold. Halfway up. And exhale, step the right foot back into your lunge again. So let's bring the left hand to the inside of the foot, the right hand to the hip, and rotate the belly away from the thigh. You can absolutely have the right knee on the floor here if it's a little bit wobbly. Press the left arm into the leg, getting a little bit more rotation around, and then release that and make your way back to down dog. With an inhale, slide forward to your plank. Exhale down to the belly. Roll, rolling the shoulders, pulling, maybe pressing into a little bit deeper cobra, and then releasing and making your way back to down dog again. Stepping the right foot forward, come into lunge again here. And remember, the left knee can be on the mat. Bringing the right hand to the inside of the foot, press the right arm into the leg, keeping that leg steady, and then bring the left hand to the hip and open up into your twist here. Keeping the left hip coming forward as much as you can for now. And then releasing that back over into the lunge, stepping forward into fold. Inhaling as you come halfway up. Exhale back over into your fold. And then come all the way up, reaching to the ceiling. Exhale, releasing the arms. From here, taking a nice big step back with the left foot, we're going to make our way into warrior two. So right toes pointing forward, left toes are cut in a bit. You can see the right big toe beyond the right knee. Extending the arms when you're ready. Relax your shoulders and lengthen through your spine here. And begin by bending the right arm and resting that forearm on the thigh, bringing the left arm up and over the ear. You can stay here. Leaning on the leg a little bit, pulling the elbow back. You can add a little bit of a twist there. Or you can take the arm down the inside of the leg, press against the inside of the leg. And then the left hand sneaks behind the back, reaching over toward the right hip and adding a little pull. If you want to go for the bind, the right arm reaches under the thigh, toward the outside of the hip, and maybe you find your left fingers back there, and maybe you don't. Keep the twist the thing, pressing the right arm into the leg, drawing the left shoulder back, sinking into your hips. Take a big breath. Release your bind. Make your way back to warrior two and hold. We'll release that and step back to the top of the mat. Taking the second side. Nice big step back with the right foot. Again, check out your toes, make sure they're pointing where you think they are. Bending into the left knee, make sure you see the big toe beyond the knee. Knee ankle alignment, shoulders over hips. Sinking into the legs but extending out through the crown of the head. As before, bend the left elbow, rest that forearm on your thigh, bring your right arm up and over the ear. Doesn't have to get any more complicated than this, but maybe lean and pull a little bit, rotating around into a deeper twist. Or using that left arm at the inside of the leg and pulling. Right arm maybe sneaks behind the back, reaching toward the left hip. Push and pull with the arms here. If it goes a little bit deeper, that left arm underneath the thigh, reaching for the outer hip. Maybe you find fingers. Push against the leg, pull against the right hand there. Extend out the crown of your head. Take a nice big breath. And then we'll gently release. Come back to warrior two. And then we'll release and step back to the top of the mat. Inhaling the arms up, give yourself a nice full stretch. And then gently exhale your way over into a fold. And we're going to open up the feet a little wider in this fold here. You can have your knees as bent as you need, hips high or low, whatever works here for you. And then start by simply taking the right hand between the feet and try to reach that right arm as far behind you as you can. Then bend the elbow and see if you can bring your right hand toward the outside of your right hip. The left hand is going to come behind the back. Reach for the outside of the right hip as well. Maybe finding fingers. So if you found your fingers, hang on. Notice how you can come up onto the tips of your right toes. And if it sounds like fun, all the weight over into the left foot, lifting the upper body as you simply stand up. Try not to make it any more complicated than that. Hang on and stand up. The balance can be tricky, of course. So take your time, come in and out, make sure you're breathing wherever you are, and then release what you got. Let yourself hang just a moment, maybe shift and wiggle some. And then we'll begin to work to the second side. So the left hand between the feet, reaching behind the body as far as you can. Bend your elbow. Hand to the outer hip, and your right hand comes behind your back and maybe meets your left. Either way, working toward that. Hang on, come up on your toes, and then see about standing up over here. Take your time. Sometimes you fall out. Big breath, standing tall. And gently releasing what you got here. Let yourself hang over in that fold again for a second. Let's step back into a down dog. And then drop on down into child's pose. From here, let's come to sit up on the heels. And bring the legs around front. Extending the legs out long. Let's grab, taking inner thigh rotation so we can sit up tall. And then we'll grab the left foot, bringing the sole of the foot to the crook of the right elbow. If it won't make it all the way up into the elbow, support with the forearm or even your hand, just so that the ankle stays nice and neutral. And then do the same for your knee, keeping the joints happy and healthy, and then maybe wiggling and shifting around into that hip joint. You can bring the foot up and in a little bit more, wiggle some. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. And then keeping the foot in a neutral position, so we don't want to turn the ankle over, bringing the heel into the belly button as much as you can. You can set the foot down on top of your right thigh, or if that's too intense, take it to the inside of the thigh. And then from there, we're going to fold forward over the right leg. Remember, you can always change your mind in the middle, so give it a go. If it doesn't work out, take the foot down. Inhaling as you hinge back up. And then let's switch feet. So bringing the right foot in, taking the sole of the foot to the crook of the elbow-ish, wherever it can be supported, supporting the outside of the knee as well, and then just kind of shifting and rolling around into the hip. Let it wiggle, shake, rock, bring your toes higher and closer to your face. And then grab onto your foot, heel toward the belly button, setting the foot down on top of the left thigh or maybe to the inside. Again, listen to your body. From there, folding forward, keeping the ankle neutral so the knee stays happy. And the forward fold might not be as deep as normal, and that's fine. Inhaling, lifting up, and then releasing the right leg. Yeah, shift and wiggle a little bit here. When you're ready, bringing the soles of the feet together, hang on to the ankles, use the elbows to press the inner hips down, pulling on the ankles, think tilting your belly button toward your heels. Keeping the shoulder blades down and back. And then hinging up, hang on to your ankles, take it back enough to balance a little bit here. Making sure the belly's pulled in, the spine stays long. Releasing the ankles, draw the knees together, hold in boat. You can take your shins more parallel to the floor, the legs straight if you want a little extra here. And then release back down. If you'd like to recline back on your mat, otherwise just come to a comfortable, easy position. We're going to take one final twist here. So if you're reclined, just simply allow your legs to drop over to the right. If you're seated, bring the right hand to the left knee and the left hand behind the back. Nice easy twist here, keeping the spine nice and long. Try not to make it too much work. You've done quite a bit of that already. We'll release that, come back to the center, and switch sides. Big full breaths. Releasing back to center and making the body comfortable. So either reclining back in Shavasana or taking that seated meditation position. Make the spine long, relax into the hips and shoulders. Coming back slowly to the breath here and staying focused on that breath so your mind can relax as deeply as your body is for the next few minutes. Remember, you can always stay longer. Staying attentive to the breath and allowing yourself to rest here. Namaste.